Example 3, finding the x-intercepts of a polynomial function by factoring. Now, you may end up seeing that they may ask you to find the zeros of a function or the polynomial. And x-intercepts are the same thing as calling them zeros of a function. Now, finding the x-intercepts of f of x equals x cubed minus 5x squared minus x plus 5. Well, in step 1, we're going to find solutions and set the function equal to 0 by factoring. So since we have 4 terms, we need to find out if we can factor or not. 4 terms, we're going to use the method by grouping. So we're going to group the first 2 terms together. So this line is grouping those first 2 terms together and these 2 terms together. And we're setting it equal to 0. Now in the first grouping, we can factor out an x squared. And what's left is x minus 5. And then over here on the right side, we're going to write x minus 5 and then look at these 2 terms and say, okay, what can we factor out of these 2 terms? So we're left with a positive x and a minus 5. We can factor out a minus 1. And now they both have x minus 5 in common, so we have x squared minus 1 times x minus 5 is equal to 0. And now we're going to use the zero product rule. We're going to set x squared minus 1 equal to 0, or x minus 5 is equal to 0. Over here, we're going to add 1 to both sides, take the square root of both sides, plus or minus the square root of 1. So we're going to get 2 solutions here where x is going to equal plus or minus 1. Over here, we're going to add 5 to both sides, so therefore x is going to equal 5. So there are 3 x-intercepts, or we can call them zeros. We have negative 1, 0, 1, 0, and 5, 0. So if we take a look at our graph, here's our 1, 0, which is negative 1, 0. Here's the other, which is positive 1, 0. And then here's 5, 0.